Governor Bryant says they talked about things like the economy, how to deal with terrorist attacks like the case in Orlando, Florida. Bryant says he and Trump do see eye to eye on how to deal with illegal immigrants in the country. Mr. Trump has talked about banning Muslims coming into the country. Today, Bryant added to that.
He's talked about a temporary ban on Muslims coming to the United States from specific areas that are involved with the war on terror. If we have someone from Yemen, for example, that would like to come to the United States, maybe we ought to take a pause, have the FBI, Homeland Security, make sure that individual's not a threat to the United States. I'm very comfortable with that position.
Governor Bryant was one of 6 governors to meet with Donald Trump yesterday in New York. He referred to it as a personable conversation where Trump wanted to hear from the governors and what they think his campaign needs to do to not only win the presidency, but improve the country. Tammy.
All right.